The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the latter when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying fly, Eagles, fly, as they get ready to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
Double tight. 19 Lion. Mike 7. Mike. Check. Get this. 7's a Mike. Mike 7. Hey, let's pin the mirrors back.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jones. Into the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Ready up.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58.
6'6", bullet high.
Yo. Hey, switch gears. Whip.
Hey, lock it.
Hey, watch
it. Switch.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Madden22. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
Look at me. Zipper.
Safety creep. Watch safety creep.
Hey.
Safety's creeping.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
It to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Ready.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
I got you. 58's the Mike, 58.
Ready.
Running out of the gun here, Breida.
Watch the pass.
There on the tackle, Minka Fitzpatrick.
Run it.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Push him back. 58.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike, 50.
Now Lawrence.
Pick it up.
That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Pittsburgh. Go, Jackrabbit, mark.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. Shreds breaks the tackle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
58 to Mike.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And the Jags are going to have a 1st and goal. They nearly had the touchdown, but he's going to be marked out of bounds just shy of the pylon. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down for a touchdown now.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the Eagles have recovered. Partner, on my spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times last week. So another one here in the first quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close. And it's not something they even imagine because the amount of time that we know that they spend in practice talking about what they need to get done, working on it, showing them how to take care of the football, and emphasizing what it means in terms of winning, they've got to just be puzzled right now that they're not taking care of the ball better.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Check. Watch twist. Twist. Shift. Go street.
Now Sanders. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13.
43's the mic. 43's the mic.
Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. He's got a 1st down past the 30. Finally taken down at the 32-yard line.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They're going to run this with a tight end. And some room to roam now. There he goes, right side. And he'll go out of bounds finally at the 7.
Let's go.
A big play there for Philly. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
He's checking. 19 tight.
They'll run with Sanders. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. trying to run with Sanders. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive.
Set 50, plant.
Watch the pass.
X3, 218, 5.
On first down, here's Breida. And he loses the football a second time. And the Eagles have recovered.
Can we get some forensics done here? Because I need to figure out.
What on that ball?
Yeah, on the ball, on the guys carrying the ball, what's going on? Back-to-back drives, back-to-back fumbles. That just doesn't make a whole lot of sense if you're coming out here to play in the NFL.
I don't think the coaching staff thinks it makes a whole lot of sense either.
No, maybe they'll...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
That ball don't belong to you, boy. That ball belongs to us.
And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
On the ready.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down.
Go. Get it.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. Gets through and now an opening. 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. Matt Breida, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to have a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, and they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Let's get off the field. Mike 42. Mike 42. Check. Mike 42.
They gonna need some therapy after this.
From the 38, Hurts. And that is knocked away 7-7, our score after one. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Here we go. Mike's 42. Mike's 42.
Hurts. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Allen able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
46 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
We got 4.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A nice little gain. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
2nd down and 3.
Watch the run, watch the run, watch the run. 58.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
58, right there.
Hey, let's get some penetration here.
There's a give to Fournette. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Here we go, set, 30 base.
Go! Alert flare, alert flare.
80 weapon.
Check, check, check.
Out of the shotgun, Breda. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Ready, set.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
It's our time. It's our time.
58 to Mike, 58.
And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Officials call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. Fournette running right. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Greystone, travel.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Hey.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
I know you feel that.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
On 2nd down, a run with ETN. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Here we go.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Leonard Fournette punching it in from a yard away. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that makes the score 14-7. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Panther 11.
From the 41, Hurts. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
He's not going to get me. Under 10. Under 10. 10.
Hurts sets up to throw it. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Check, 43.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
43.
Here's Hurts to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on fourth.
I'm coming after you. 43 is the mic. 43 is the mic.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in between range, and they'll go for it on fourth down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Seven's the mic. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Motion. Pop, pop, pop.
Throwing his Hurts. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it.
Boys. 7 Pirates. 3. Hey. 43 is the mic.
Looking to throw.
Here we go again.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, their last two drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
A big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
58, boys. 58. 58 is Mike.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this.
Hey. High 7.
Mike, 58. 58 is Mike.
Wow. Get it.
Here's Lawrence. Going right side here, and that's complete. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
You must be dreaming. Hey, Zoo.
Right over there. Yeah.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
Here I come.
He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh.
I got you.
This is move.
58 is Mike.
Stop your whining.
58 is Mike. 58.
They'll throw on first down with Lawrence. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Too soft.
Watch the curl. Watch the.
Hey, Haywood.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. All day.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
Ready.
And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
58, Mike. 65.
Lawrence with a quick throw outside. That's complete. Touchdown! A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook, not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25.
Let's go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1.
'43's the mic, boys. 43. Check. 43. 1, 2, 3.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the 2nd half. Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Let's go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they've got the lead CD. What do you expect from them in this 2nd half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
So he stopped for no gain, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Second and 10.
30 base.
Hey, check.
Bravo.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight.
Go.
4 down. 58, boys. 58. 58's Mike.
Here we go.
58's Mike. 58's Mike.
Now Lawrence. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
Got it. Here we go. 18 Gator.
Hey, watch the slant.
Hatch it.
49. Check 49.
Hey, Echo. Yo, go.
58, right over there. Mike, 58.
Here's a handoff left side to Breida. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 91 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
58, boys. 58's Mike.
61. Matchbox lights. Snap.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Check curls. 58's the Mike. 58's the Mike.
Snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
That's it, baby. That's it.
From the gun on third down, Lawrence. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
On is Josh Lambo now for the Jaguar field goal. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. The kick by Lambo is good. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
They'll set up a throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's McKenzie. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Just like that. Ringo, Ringo, Ringo.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Check, 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 check.
2nd down, back to Sanders. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Play action. Here's Hurts.
Here we go.
That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
It's been a long day for you.
7's a Mike.
Mustang 19. Mike 7. Mike.
They'll look to throw here. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another 1st down as well.
Set. Viking 18. 19 Lion.
Single.
Key smash.
Key 26.
Here we go. Here we go. Mike 4. Mike 4. Man, I got you. I got you.
They'll drop the throw. Open man, he's got him. Smith for a touchdown. Devontae Smith there to make the grab. And the Eagles get a score closer. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Takes it at the 7. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar and some discomfort down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Ready, ready!
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score.
Check 50. Check 50.
And he's got room. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 107 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Let's go now.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
58, boys. 58. 58. It's Mike.
Let's go.
Lawrence.
Hey, man up, D. Man up, D.
Now a short one to Gesicki. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. Mike Gesicki, 59 yards. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is in a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening it. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead is now 24. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Second down, back to Sanders. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and 6. Here
we go, sack. Cougar 19. Cougar 19. 19 tight. 19 tight. 3, alert 3. Alert 3. 43. You better get tired of seeing me.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
Let's go.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. Second and 6.
Come on. Yeah, buddy. Ready up.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a second down and 6.
19 Tiger. Watch that.
Check. Check hot route. Hot.
They'll go again with Sanders. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Let's go now. Cowboy 80. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
They dropped to throw. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
I got you, son. I got you, son.
expected. They're going for it to keep the drive alive. This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of a first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Second down, back to Sanders. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Eagles on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
43 is the mic. 60 Maverick. 43. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Going for it with Sanders. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
And he's going to get this one down inside the 15.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down.
Hey, Delta.
58, right over there, Yeah.
Now Lawrence down around his goal line. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Look at me. Door.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Hey, lock it.
Check 3. Safe. Check 9.
22 jet bomber. Let's go.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And this This will be a Jaguars first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Big stop, let's go.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Ready? 10 Tucson.
Mike 58, right there. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Check it.
On first down, it's Sanders. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. 2nd down, back to Sanders. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And Sanders has got it complete. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Dragon 60.
Mike's 43. Mike's 43.
They go play action with Hurts. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Devon Hamilton busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. On the counter now, it's Sanders. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
Ready?
43 is the mic.
Here we go, here we go.
43 is the mic. 43 is the mic.
They'll try the option right here on 3rd down. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. They lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Stop talking now, Lord.
Let's go
And
now.
Hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it. On 4th down, here's the option. An option handoff given to Sanders. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
Check her. Check her. Right there.
And a little bit of a consolation prize on these end zone. They won the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. And he'll get into the end zone as a two-point conversion is successful. Well, at least at the very end, there's something to take away. They lost the game, but got in the end zone, got a two-point conversion as well. I don't know, though. In the end, you still lost the football game. You still lost the game, but maybe they were just capitalizing on the flurry at the end, right? You scored the touchdown, keep the momentum going, go for two. Maybe they're working on something for down the road. As you said, it doesn't matter. You lose the game, but you finish with a touchdown and a successful two-point conversion. Some sort of a building block. Yeah, something. So for the Jags, they did what they needed to do. They split their first two road games of the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.